Really our goal for treatment with interventions in the whole spectrum is to provide a customized treatment care package for patients.
When you look at the conditions we treat, they're common and they're prevalent. And I think we've been learning more and more about how prevalent they are over the last decade. A combination of technology and expertise now has brought to the forefront therapies and treatments that really make a difference.
The joy that this profession brings to me is the ability to alleviate patients' pain. It's very rewarding to have that interaction with the patient.
This is Darren Cole, St. George News with Coach Steve Pearson after their victory over Dixie Flyers 34-14. Hurricane Tigers. Coach, 3-0 in region. No one thought you'd be here at this point in the season.
Yeah, we're really happy to be where we're at right now. We're at a place that a lot of people never thought that we would be so far, but we have a lot of work to do still ahead of us. And you know, the region just keeps getting tougher and tougher. We got a great Snow Canyon team next week, and followed up by Pineview and then Desert Hills. So you know, the mountain just gets steeper from here on out, and we're excited for that challenge.
Let's talk about tonight's game. Dixie is an upper echelon team, and you guys, after their initial score, you guys put on 34 unanswered points. Talk about, first of all, what was your game plan coming in? You know, they have a high-powered pass offense. What was your keys to the game against their offense? You
know, our hopes were against their offense, try to stop the run the best we could, and just try to handle the pass when we could. And you know, we know that Dixie scores a lot of points, and we knew that they were going to score their points tonight. They were going to get theirs, but hopefully we could contain them, and when it came time for them to score, that we didn't have letdowns, that we could come answer back and not panic off of a touchdown or two scored by the other team. It's a real contrast to where we were with the Cedar game last week.
Yeah. Well, you know, and another thing I noticed after you got the big lead, it seemed like not necessarily calling off the Dogs, but you were a lot more conservative in your play calling in the second half.
Well, you know what, we were. You know, just a thought there. They handled us really well in the second half. We felt like if we could go on some long drives and eat some clock up, that would keep their offense off the field, and that was on our side. That was a good friend of ours. The clock was a good friend, and you know, we had a 9-play drive that we ended up having to punt on because we had a holding call, and so we felt bad on that drive that we came away with nothing, but we were able to eat 5.5 minutes off the clock, and that's something, because when you get down to the end of the fourth quarter and you got a 20-point lead, it's a lot more comfortable with 4 minutes than with 8 or 9. So. All
right. Well, hey, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm with Noah Elison with the Hurricane Tigers, and after their 34-14 victory over the Dixie Flyers tonight. Noah, first of all, let's talk about the big play of the night. The fumbled by McLean Keenan, and you ran it back. Go ahead and walk us through that.
Well, I was just playing my guy. I was playing my receiver, and I was just backpedaling, and I go up to make the tackle, and I see the ball on the ground, so I just pick it up and go take it for all I can.
Okay, who caused the fumble, or did he just lose it?
I'm not sure who did. I think it was outside linebacker, if I'm not mistaken, though. But
okay, and you scooped it up at the 11, and you made it all the way down to the 5 before they actually horse collared you, and you got a penalty and took it down further, and they scored on the next play. Were you running out of gas, or did they just catch it?
Well, I was getting down there, and I'm like, oh, I think I ate too much ice cream or something, because I made it out there and the kid caught me from behind, but he was a fast kid, so.
Okay, so now you're 3-0 in region. Let's talk a little bit about next week. You have Snow Canyon.
Yeah, they're gonna come after us, so they're not gonna give it to us. We were kind of like the underdogs from the beginning of the season, but like this year, we've been playing hard and people are gonna see us coming, but they're not gonna give it to us. No team's gonna give it to us. They're all Region 9 or 3AA South is a strong bracket. They're all strong teams.
All right, well, hey, thanks a lot, and congratulations on your win. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm with J.d. Stanworth. J.d., what position do you play on defense?
I'm a safety.
All right. I was talking to the coach earlier. He said you're sort of like the quarterback on the field for the defense. Talk about your defensive keys coming into this game this is a high-powered pass offense.
Our coaches all week just preached to us, do your job. They had Coach Hurst came up with a great defensive scheme to shut down their star players, and I felt it worked. Our goal was to get them away from that jet sweep that everyone knows they like to run, and I felt like we did that and made them pass, and that's what our key was. That's how we decided we could win, and offense had to put up more than 28. So.
Was there anything? Were you guys playing like the cow was going to be in there, or you just played? You didn't really care who was going to be in there?
Yeah, we thought Takao was going to be there until like 2 minutes before, and then Coach said something about a tweet or something that he wasn't playing, and so we were all just kind of like, what the heck? So we just planned the same. That quarterback's a great athlete. He plays the same as Takao, and so we just kept it same game plan for him.
In preseason, you were picked 7th in the region. You're now one of 2 only undefeated teams in the region.
Feels good. That's all I can say about that. Feels good.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, congratulations, J.D.